Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Sirat. And this is a new Spanish action thriller drama that takes us to story of a father accompanied by his son goes looking for his missing daughter in North Africa in Morocco, going through a bunch of raves through the desert while some kind of World War III situation is developing and big military conflicts are looming. And this film is from director Oliver Lax, and this film is co-written by Santiago Filol, and we have Sergei Lopez and Bruno Nunez Arjona, who are this father-son, who find themselves, like, from the very beginning. You'll notice very quickly, this is a very atmospheric film, and you have just the soundscape. Kang Din Ray, who's the composer here, and all the other just dance rave music that just fully envelops you throughout this film. I saw somebody call this Climax in the Desert, and I'm like, accurate. It is one of those films where it's like from the very beginning you get engrossed in this big desert rave and all this music and everything, and cinematographer Mauro Herse just captures this gorgeous desert setting while balancing all of these big electronic kinds of music, bits of musicality that you get out of a rave, and how this father and son, their dynamic is very genuine, and they're trying to, talk to all these people at this rave and wind up getting looped in with this crew of people who are interesting and dynamic and different, and they're an interesting crew of people for us to go on this wild desert journey with. And this film is challenging and is going to be very polarizing because on one hand, it is gorgeously shot. The music is engrossing and poignant and impactful. It just fully envelops you. The atmosphere is here. This film keeps you on your toes. This film is not about finding a safe, easy way of solving this issue of trying to find this daughter. There are shocking moments along the way that pull the rug out from under you and emotionally devastate you. And they are violent, they are shocking, and it really reinforces this looming sense of danger that this world conflict is starting to have as it seeps in to this very isolated desert landscape. And they're very interesting characters that we get connected with along the way. But this film is so very loose and at times very unfocused, and this is going to be it's challenging in a compelling way, but it's also challenging in a way that's going to be extremely unsatisfying to the vast majority of people who watch this film. Where you are left at the end of this film is not something that's going to be happy. It's not going to be something that is easy or clear, and you have to process a lot of why did they choose to do this narratively, and how am I supposed to feel about this? It really challenges you with some dark stuff. And this film is such a wild experience that it's one of those films that it's hard to rate. It is hard to process because nothing about it is easy. You can say that it's incredibly well shot, which it is. There's some strong performances, and it's wholly unexpected and subverts your expectations. But does it go too far in not offering you something accessible to be able to process in the end? A message, even. What is the message of this film? And at first glance, the message is extremely nihilistic. And are you okay with that? Is that enough for you watching this film? This is going to be an extremely polarizing experience for literally everybody watching this. I'm sure there will be people who see this magnificent piece of art here that you just get fully enveloped in, which it is. But if you want to have any kind of connection with this story and these characters, this is not that kind of movie. And it'll push you to some places. So, forewarned, this is not an easy film to process. This is not an easy film to digest. But it is something that, at times drags. This is an hour and 55-minute film, and I don't know if it needed to fully be that. But it is something that is going to shock you, surprise you, and make you think about some of the darker elements of life and the world around us and how we process it. But it might not be the most satisfying way of how this film hooks us is the search for this daughter. But is that what this film's really about? And at the end of the day, this is a wild ride for sure, and it is something to experience at least once. So, that's something I could be sure about. But those are my thoughts on Sirat. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.